So in this part of the quest, we need to return to Jacob after dealing with the Khajiit problem, but it's not really going the way we planned.
Not a step further. I'm only doing my job. Is that a good enough reason for you? Those chasers. I killed them. They're probably food for trolls somewhere now. Then I will cut you down like all the others. If you don't want to die, leave. Leave! I am sure you have someone who waits for your safe return.
This mercenary has been manipulated into serving the summoner because his family was cursed by Molag Bal worshipping witch. We don't really know this until afterwards, but you can somewhat imply it by his actions. I mean, naturally he's massacred everyone there, or has he? What's probably likely is the summoner's done so, and he's now on guard protecting it, and that's part of his duty. The reason I say this is because at no point does he try to attack us until we go against what he says, which, if he was just a bloodthirsty killer, he wouldn't do it. So this should be our first little clue. Things aren't quite right here. Now the note that we take off the mercenary is from his wife and daughter, setting their love, and we see that his greatsword's cursed, and that his soul's somewhat released when he dies, and doesn't feel a soul gem, meaning someone else has captured his soul. And we know who that is at this point, Molag Bal. So once we enter the Beacon of Stendar again, and you can tell it's quite backtracky, we meet with Jacob, who this is the last time we're going to witness his non-voice acting. My apologies. But what I've cut away, because it didn't work, was he has some visions we need to navigate him through that only he can see, and it's him coming to terms with the demons inside of him, because he made a deal with the devil, and now he's reaping what he sowed. So it's a short walk to Molag Bal's temple, where we finally confront the summoner, and this is how it goes down.
It seems I spared not just one, but two more souls. What's the matter, Jacob?
No. No. Raella, I'm here to save you.
Well, you're a bit late for that. The summoning ritual's almost done. Molag Bal is coming. He will end it all and shroud everything in red mist.
Rael?
Enough talking. You're disturbing the ritual. Orth, Ranyu, take care of our guests.
The strategy in this fight is to go straight for Bal, who was once known as Rael. Because she summoned these two Daedra, killing her removes the two Daedric threats, and at this low level that I'm currently at for this quest, it's very crucial.
Rael? Rael? Is that you?
What happened? Jacob, why are you yelling? Did you have a nightmare?
Yes. I thought I've lost you. I'll never leave you alone again.
Jacob, I will always be with you. It's all right.
Rael.
It's over. It's all over. Bring me the mace Bal was using. We'll need it. It's over. I'll return to the Temple of Stendar and ask the Keeper for advice about this. Before I leave, I have a small task for you. I heard there's a witch living with her child in the shack south of Iverstead. Witches are a serious threat in Skyrim. Give them the mercy of Stendar. I will do it. You just take care of the witches in the meantime. I'll see you.
So now Altano wants us to go travel south of Iverstead to kill some witches. Up to now, he's been with us the whole way, so it seems quite offhanded to send us away on some busy quest to kill a witch, especially when you can find a witch right outside the pond. This makes sense later on in the quest, but it does come across quite sort of, go here and do that. When we enter the pond, and by the way, I'm harvesting all this nightshade for some potions I want to make. Once we enter the pond, you notice that the environment completely changes, and the vibe is that there's a spell currently being put on this area to make it all feel good, but you know that's not good, and the music here indicates it.
Oh, who are you? Oh, please leave. Run, Lillian, run away! Quickly!
So this is an interesting quest because you're told to kill 2 witches, and before you were 2 witches. By looking at Tyrannus or the mercenaries' letters, you can see that it's actually his wife and daughter, if you remember the names. And you actually do have an option here to go back to Altano and say, nah, I'm not doing this. To which he will really persist to the point where he will actually attack you and be turned into an ugly beast. The first time I played this quest, I just killed them because I had the exact same experience that you just saw now, where I go, hey, I'm with the Vigilant of Stendar, and I'm here, and they just attack you. So I think that's what the intended route is, but I'm glad there is a way to avoid killing a mother and a child who's clearly being controlled by this witch here that you can't kill yet.
I didn't do anything. I just watched from the very beginning. Really ugly what you have done here. You didn't just take away the life of an innocent, but also that of a Well, you are cursed now. Serves you right. If you serve the god of justice, you are finished. Didn't you listen to me? I told you, it's too late. They were driven from their home because of a cursed sword. Cruel, right? So, the kindly witch decided to help them with this shelter until they get rid of the curse. But now the curse is gone, and so are they. You cleaned up nicely here. Saved me the trouble. Me. I am Raider, a Glen Morrowit. Iverstead is mine. All people and be... Well, it could be anyone, right? A witch will open her legs for anyone if she's promised power.
decided to show up. And it seems even Stendar has forsaken you. There's no reason to explain anything to you. You will die now. Genghis, send this soul to Molag Bal. I must return to the altar and continue with the ritual.
So Altano's been corrupted by the Mason Molag Bal and has now decided to go through with summoning him. Hence why he gets shadier and shadier as this questline goes on, because he's been falling into the influence until finally he cracks. Now our task here is to avenge all the vigilants within this hall and check for survivors before going back to the Stendar's Beacon once again and dealing with Altano. I know this quest is trying to lead you down a specific route. However, I find it weird that the whole quest line is a good sword. The whole quest line we've been with Altano, and we don't have the option to team up with him. Maybe we want to do it too, but nah, gotta kill him. That's alright.
Please, help me. Altano summoned Daedra. We didn't understand what was happening. It was all so sudden. I couldn't do anything. I saw that Daedra tearing Thorondir and others apart like it was nothing. Yes, I will do that. I will rest. I don't have to worry anymore.
Why did you kill me? You bastard! There are so many things I still wanted to do. I can't eat sweet rolls anymore. I can't dress up anymore. Hey, why did you do this? Tell me!
Actually, you know what? Now I don't feel so bad.
You are pathetic. I told you to stop, to go away. Why didn't you do so? Stop. Go back. There is nothing you can do anymore.
Leave me alone. How many times did I tell you, but you wouldn't listen? What are you gonna do? Close your eyes and deafen your ears in the face of all this suffering?
Lillian, where are you? What did you do to my daughter? Give her back. Please, give me my daughter back.
This part of the quest is reiterating to us all the bad choices we've made to make us feel bad. It's reminiscent of Spec Ops: The Line,
You are not so different from Marcel. Is Marcel
in the sense is like, you could have just walked away, you could have avoided it. It's like, well, if I had done that, I wouldn't have downloaded this mod. I wouldn't have downloaded this game.
Thanks, you. You have retrieved his wife. Giovanni
At least Giovanni's happy to see us.
If you are tired, stop and rest. If you are disgusted with your duty, abandon
But it is a good point. We did have plenty of opportunities to back away, and for a roleplay purpose.
I will never abandon you. Then don't look back.
For a roleplay purpose,
Without
yeah,
hesitation.
you would just drop the quest. Nah, not for me.
Yes, my lord. I've been waiting for you. I've corrupted so many souls for you. Please, grant me a place in your realm.
Child of Stendar, kneel before me and obey. Surrender your soul to me. Do this, and I promise you a swift death. Mortal, you dare to turn down my merciful offer. I hope you keep this spirit even when dying, mortal. Now, scream for me. Beg for mercy.
So Altano successfully went through this ritual and summons just an aspect of Molag Bal in like a dragon form. You can see he's level 85. I'm only level 8 or 9, so this fight is quite challenging. And I'm relying heavily on the dodge mechanics and the Estus Flask type healing, which is way worse than vanilla Skyrim in terms of difficulty. This was done my first try, and I honestly couldn't tell you how. Just insane luck, I think. But we are actually given a choice here with Molag Bal, where we can surrender and he can do exactly what he did to Altano to us, and we end up in his domain, which skips a large chunk of this mod, which I definitely don't recommend. I think my favourite part of this mod, aside from the last act that is the second act. It's I don't know, it's just something about plundering down to the depths that I really like. There's no innuendo in that, so don't read into it, but yeah, clearly I'm itching for a big boss fight here, and I see a worm, I want him in the ground, so that's why I'm fighting. That was completely intentional too. I just thought you should know. Skyrim's combat in and of itself is quite janky, and having these mods to improve the combat experience goes a long way in making it more replayable and more rewarding. The whole, it's kind of memed on, but you would literally are just swinging big paddles in the base Skyrim game. And it's somewhat similar here, but having mods that make you commit to your attacks and give you the ability to dodge and do big wind-ups and whatnot, at the cost of stamina and whatnot, it's quite rewarding. And I think pairing that up with really good animation mods, like, this is professional grade stuff that we're tying that is just completely dominating a AAA developer. So, it is what it is, but combat's such a big part of this game that you can't not try to fix it to the best of your ability, and there's different ways to go about it. You can watch hundreds of videos. Fucking nice one, Altano.
After the battle with Bal, I gave in to temptation. Thank you.
Child of Stendar, I will be watching you, always. If even a spot of corruption touches your soul, the gates to my realm will open wide for you.
What happened with Altano? You defeated Molag Bal. I can't believe this. He's a Daedric prince. But your eyes, they're telling the truth. No, I believe you. Well, you and I are the only survivors of this temple. Even the Keeper died. You should become the new Keeper of Stendar. After all, you defeated Molag Bal. Stendar will certainly recognize you as the Keeper. I'm sure it will all be fine. Now let's get back inside. There are very few documents related to Namir. Take care. I'll be fine. Especially with this guard staying here. The two of us...
So that concludes Act 1 of Vigilant. Clearly it can be quite repetitive or quite tedious, lots of backtracking to locations and lots of pacing problems, but I think I have more of an appreciation for it having played the entire mod to understand why it's like that. Doesn't justify the initial playability of it, and I think it's carried a lot by the voice acting, which is pretty top notch for most mods you see now. So next act will be going to Windhelm to investigate a vampire menace. So I'm still quite underleveled from the current build for this quest mod. So when the next video kicks off, I will have been doing some main quest lines and side quest lines and stuff not related to this particular mod, just to get my levels up and get some better equipment and better gear. Because once you finish Act 2, Act 3 comes at you quite quick, and then that's it. There's no turning back from there. So I'd like to do some setup now, and yeah, hope you enjoyed this particular act. I think personally it's going to get even better from here. So thanks very much, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.